So some of the challenges that are faced by truck drivers on a day-to-day basis are, of course, having to sleep overnight for some of the drivers that are doing long haul, and that can, of course, affect your quality of sleep depending on how your bed is and you're not in the same environment as being at home. Eating on the road, which is really what I'm going to focus on today in terms of strategies to help ensure that your health is maintained while you're away, not just when you're at home. Some of the common habits that I understand truck drivers have, of course, stopping at fast food because it's more convenient and it's economical, but not always that nutritious. And even some of the salads and things that are available at these fast food outlets aren't necessarily particularly nutritious. And then some of the health issues, of course, would be digestive problems, especially when you're sitting a lot. You're not getting that motility going. And so you're eating food but sitting, and then you end up feeling more constipated or bloated, or you have heartburn because the meal was too big and it's not really being digested. So getting up and moving can really help you to get that motility, the gut motility going, and make sure that you don't have those symptoms. High blood pressure and high cholesterol are sort of a result of, in most cases, high body fat. So if you gain weight and you become overweight, then you are at high risk for diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure. So by managing your weight, you can reduce your risk for all of those conditions. And so there is something that you can do in order to prevent or reduce your risk of all of these conditions. And that's what I want to talk about today, because I read a statistic that truck drivers have between 12 and 15 year lower life expectancy than the average population. There's over 1 million truck drivers in Canada. So that's like a 33rd of our population, and they have a lower life expectancy of 12 to 15 years. That's not okay. We can't have that. We need truck drivers. We all are affected by truck drivers. The good thing about all of this is that eating well doesn't mean perfection. I hate perfection. If you tell me that I can't have something, that's all I want. I want people to be able to think about eating in a really balanced way. So I have an 80-20 rule. If you make healthy food choices 80% of the time, so that's the green part, then it's okay to have not so healthy food choices 20% of the time. And that, to me, is really important. So it allows you to make the choices where you say, okay, today I feel like having French fries. It's going to fall into my 20%, but at least I know I'm getting my 80% in all the rest of the food that I'm eating. So instead of having a list of forbidden foods that you can never have, oh, I can't have bread, I can't have rice, I can't have all this stuff. Instead, say, I need to make sure I get my 80%. And if I have room, then I might still have a cookie sometimes. So by having small feedings, having breakfast and then a snack in between and just topping up your blood sugar levels, it helps you control your appetite, it increases your metabolism, and it also prevents you from using muscle for fuel. According to the Canadian Community Health Survey of truck drivers, 70% of truck drivers eat 5 or less servings of fruits and vegetables, or aren't getting 5 servings of fruits and vegetables in a day. So 70% of truck drivers aren't getting half of what they need. Not to mention blood pressure regulation. So fruits and vegetables are very high in potassium, and potassium helps to lower blood pressure. So if you were eating more fruits and vegetables in addition to walking regularly, you could lower your blood pressure significantly enough to get off medication. And then hydration. Did you know that when your eyes start to go a little bit kind of blurry as you're driving, that it could be that you're dehydrated, not tired? And even when you're just 2% dehydrated, you're working at 90% of your capacity. So your performance is reduced by 10% when you're only 2% dehydrated. So that means your strength, your visual acuity, and your reaction time is all compromised by being dehydrated. When you're stopping at a truck stop, for those of you that do stop at truck stops, I want you to visualize, actually all of you can visualize your plate like this. Half your plate needs to be covered with vegetables at lunch and dinner. And the other half can have your protein and your whole grain. And if you can always cover half your plate with vegetables, you will find that you eat less of all the other stuff, and you will get that 8 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables, or for women, 7 to 8 servings of fruits and vegetables. So it doesn't have to be all salad. It can be, some salad and then some cooked veggies. Activity is probably one of the most important components of being healthy. So with food, activity, and rest, it's the triangle. So you really need to figure out a way to get activity into your daily life. Even if it's 15 minutes of walking, it's better than sitting. It will increase oxygen to your brain, it's going to help you be more focused, and it's going to reduce fatigue. So if you got down and dropped and did 10 push-ups, that's going to do way more for your energy and focus for driving than having a cup of coffee. Anyway, there's no nutrition police. I'm not going to follow you around. So you need to be the one that helps you make those choices. Otherwise, nobody else is going to. So you need to figure out what's important to you and why. Because you want to live a long, healthy life, being able to get up and move around and do all the activities that you enjoy. So to do that, there are steps. So find out why it's important to you and look after yourself.